You're about to hear a clip from one of our Patreon exclusive episodes. To hear the entire episode, sign up now at patreon.com/Jenkins and Jones.
Y'all seen the Bruce Pearl news that he's stepping down?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
He's stepping down.
Mm-hmm. He's stepping down. His son is taking over coaching, Mr. Anti-nepotism, who's railed against Braun publicly about that shit. Fuck that guy for one of many reasons why it's fuck that guy. But there was a segment on PTI. You know how PTI has the whole little rundown, the little rapid fire shit where they close out the show and they hit like 5-6 topics. And Bruce Pearl stepping down was a topic there. And Wilbon was like, good riddance. He's turned into a really divisive guy who doesn't need to be around college kids. And the motherfucking right wing, of course, went crazy. Like this is so this is just unacceptable from Wilbon. How can you say this? Just off like a difference of opinion, you're saying this. Just off his politics, you're saying this. And it's like, yes, motherfucker. That's exactly why, because it's politics. And the whole thing, it all circles back to the discussion that we had, last week. Was it just last week with the whole Charlie Kirk thing? But where it's just like, I'm wondering if it's truly white people being naive or being ignorant, or if it's just all part of the play at this moment, because I do not understand how you can say that Black people do not have a right to say good riddance to someone who has supported and parroted the talking points of people who are against Black people, or people who have, like he was a big Charlie Kirk advocate. Charlie Kirk said the Civil Rights Act should not have happened. Charlie Kirk said that Black people, he looks at Black people and he thinks that they are intellectually inferior and they're not qualified for the positions they have. And Bruce Pearl was one of his biggest supporters. And you're telling a Black person that they shouldn't be glad that a dude like that is gone and is not going to be around, an environment that's majority young Black men. You're saying that's just like, well, everyone has an opinion that should be respected. No, the fuck, no. No, and I just hate how they because like it's like I said about the Charlie Kirk shit. White people just reduce differences in core values, and they just boil it down to just politics. Like it's just and the whole thing is they call it politics because politics aren't a big deal to them. Politics politics with straight white people never surrounds their identity, never surrounds people thinking they're less than, and that's something that has to, they have to disprove. So I just cannot fuck with people who, as white people especially, like we're not going to mince words here, who just tell Black people that they should not be, that they should have to take it when someone in a position of power or someone in a position of authority agrees with people who view them as inferior. So fuck Bruce Pearl, or fuck everyone who's like, defending that dude right now. Good riddance to that dude, bro.
I don't. I've been really stuck the last week on this. Is it a play, or are white people really this stupid about that specific question?
Yeah, I think it's more evil, bro.
Yeah,
I think it's more that these people are hateful, and they refuse to be aware of that because they would have to admit to themselves.
But I think it's evil regardless of which direction.
Sure,
but I don't think they're thinking I'm evil, thus blank. So that's what I'm trying to figure out the causal.
Yeah, I don't think they are either. I don't think they are either.
No, I think that I don't know if evil's the word I want to use here, but racist, because I think that they truly believe that people like Charlie Kirk will say things like, well, Black people are just intellectually inferior to white people. They think that's true. They think that's true. They think that people are getting mad at Charlie Kirk for being a truth teller and not for being a sower of bigotry. You know what I'm saying?
But the source is evil. Yeah. Racism is evil. You feel me? So regardless of and that's why they don't like to be called a racist. Because they'll change the definition of it, because they know that's the evil way to exist. So they play a semantics game, so they don't have to admit themselves that they believe shit that is evil, which makes them an evil person.
The whole thing is,
what I mean?
Yeah, everyone knows, even racists, everyone knows that racism, being called a racist, that is a sign of flawed thinking. Like I said, these people don't think their thinking is flawed.
Somebody who's flawed at their soul, at their core. They understand that. But so that's why they don't hate being called that.
Yeah, racists don't think they're racist. Like I said, they don't think that their logic, their line of thinking is flawed. They think it's true that Black people are dumber than white people. They think it's true that Black people are inherently violent. They think all these racist tropes are true. I
think they're true, and they know and they change the definition of shit so they they don't have to admit that they're racist. You feel me?
Right.
So I think that's why they, that's why I feel it comes from that. They don't want awareness, because self-awareness makes them realize that at their core, these people who believe this type of shit are bad people, not good people. That's why they laud, our old boy, because he shared a lot of their beliefs. And for them to say anything bad about him would be shitting on themselves. You feel me? So he's a child of God and all this shit. You know what I mean? Because they're really not. It's not about that dude. It's about them and their salvation. You feel me? So yeah, I feel like that's why I think. I don't think it's just a play. I think it's something that they just refuse to admit internally, because that would make them. They understand that certain things make you a bad person, so they'll manipulate a bunch of shit instead of just saying, "Yeah, I ain't shit."
I'm not all the way convinced that refusal is at the core of this. I think it is them wanting to accept that Black people, non-white people, you're going to have to prove your humanity to us. You're going to have to prove that you're equal to us. I think that is something that they wholeheartedly believe as well, which is like the foundational core of racism, of white supremacy.
Yes.
White people are superior to non-white people, and they think that that's fact, and they think that and that's why they just boil it down to politics, because they're like, oh yeah, this is something that should be debated. We know we think we're better than you, and we know that you don't believe that. You know that you think all people are equal, but we don't believe that. This is a discussion for debate for us. That's how racists view it. You know what I'm saying?
Also, I think there's a certain level of insecurity too. So if you need to walk around believing that type of shit, what type of motherfucker are you? If you need to think just by your existing that you're better than others, purely you were born better. You feel me? What type of motherfucker are you? You know what I'm saying? That is a level of desperation that I will never understand. You feel me? Like you've done nothing in life. The only thing that makes you better is that you're white. You know what I mean? Like, bro, you know what I'm saying? So I think maybe it's insecurity that is shown up as evil, because the connection between that and doing some shitty ass shit or being a shitty person is pretty solid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So desperation and yeah. So yeah, man. I don't know, bro.
Well, one thing I would say is I do think there is a lot of how do you pronounce the word? Is it kayfabe, Tyler, the wrestling term?
Yeah.
I do think there's a lot of kayfabe in Donald Trump's, like, the political grievance. There is a lot of, like, they're putting on, like, that, you know what I mean? Like that they're like the war on Christmas thing, I feel like was one of the first examples of this. I did not know. I know a lot of Christians. I did not know any Christian who felt like they were being persecuted for celebrating Christmas, like, or who really felt that the phrase "Happy Holidays" was like a personal affront to them.